Welcome to the Summoning Circle. I'm Helen, your social and community lead, and we on the Bisonic team have decided we need to give you a chance to get to know us all better. So we've prepared a series of interviews that will be released over the coming weeks. To start us off, I have summoned Madotsuki. This is someone who has been part of the Forgotten Runes Wizards cult since the beginning, before we even started the Forgotten Runiverse game. I have really enjoyed getting to know Mado since I started on the team recently, and I think you're going to enjoy getting to know Mado as much as I did. So please welcome your community manager, Madotsuki. Hey Mado, how's it going?
Hi, how's it going? Glad to be here. I've been a member of the cult since the start, like you said, so it's been a blast seeing all the new faces join, and I'm happy to onboard you and everybody else who's joining the Runiverse.
I'm really happy to hear that you've been enjoying it so much because you've been seriously invaluable to me. So, well, why don't we get started? My first question for you is, you have appeared before us today as your renowned wizard, Magus Devon of the Quantum Downs. Can you tell us a bit about Magus's story?
Sure, of course. So, Magus Devon of the Quantum Downs, she's a witch that grows quantum mushrooms. That's her specialty. And with her quantum mushrooms, she's able to peer into alternate realities, and her snake Spinor is actually able to grab items from those alternate realities. And she places them in her shop for sale, her shop of otherworldly goods. And these range from, powerful trinkets to even something mundane as just otherworldly plushies. So, because of her experimentation with quantum mushrooms, she is maybe a bit aloof, very disorganized. She has lost all perception of time, really. But she's very highly calculative, and she actually does have a sense of organization that makes sense in her mind, even if other people don't quite get it. And she has a thirst for learning about the stories of others. So if you're a traveler who comes to her shop and there's something that you perhaps want, you're sure to get a discount if you tell her a good tale in return.
I love that she has a shop. That's so cozy. I didn't realize that before. It's too cute. So I'm hoping that you can help me understand a few things about how the stories work in the Forgotten Runes Wizards cult, because I understand that Elf really came up with the original set and oversees the lore to this day, but you own your wizard and actually wrote her story. How does that all work?
That's a great question. So, Forgotten Runes characters kind of act like creative primitives. They each come with, a full body, they have a prop, they have a familiar, they have a rune, and so they're kind of meant to be these kind of like primitives that start off as just kind of creative templates, and they're meant to harken back to these archetypes that we know very well throughout history. So when you see a character, you kind of know what it represents simply because, there's a lot of things that call out to cultures and different societies that have grown around. And so the way that Elf structured this is he kind of gave us the set pieces, he gave us, the setting and the theme, but the stories themselves, he wants us to create collaboratively with one another and alongside him as well. So together with those set pieces and together with all the templates that we have, we can build our own stories, interconnect them, and it's made our way that the most as you get more mind share of your character, right? Like they get more recognized, more people would want to incorporate them into their story. And so that kind of becomes like the new baseline of the Runiverse that people can build on foundations on top of. And so you kind of get this effect where the cream rises to the top and everybody's stories get interconnected in that way.
Oh, I like that everyone's interconnecting their stories too. I've seen Madotsuki, or pardon me, Magus Devon in a lot of places, so that adds up. And speaking of expanding the Runiverse, we now have John and our other narrative designers from the Forgotten Runiverse game team working on expanding Runiverse further. How has it been for you to watch them come in and do that, as someone who's been here since the beginning?
Yeah, I really love what the narrative designers have done with the game. I feel like when it started, like I said, we have kind of like this base world. You have the map where it just has, these landmarks that are on it, but there's not too many details aside from that, right? And so what they're able to do is kind of take those landmarks and breathe life into them, especially with the help of the beautifully talented artists at Bisonic. I think one part that sticks out to me is the Yellow Wizard Riviera. I think once I saw the area in the game where it had like it looked like a beach resort and every place looked like every single plot of land looked like kind of a vacation home. I felt like they really understood the vibe of the original lore, which is, yellow hats, they love using their time magic to kind of like keep a party going all day long, right? And I felt like they really took that into heart and expanded on that so much, and it brings so much more life into the world.
That's lovely. So I'm still pretty early in my test build gameplay. So if this is in the game already, I haven't seen it yet, but I've been wondering, have we had a chance to work Magus Devon's story into the game so far, or even the stories of other wizards?
No, she's not in the game quite yet, although I am excited for her eventual inclusion. As far as other wizards are concerned, we actually did showcase another wizard in one of our dungeons, specifically the windmill dungeon. There was actually a community wizard that was an NPC that kind of guided you through that dungeon storyline, and I think that kind of showcases where will probably be easiest to represent cult members and their wizards, because dungeon storylines are their own narrative, they're outside of the main narrative, so it gives us time and room to kind of focus on their individual stories and intricacies of them. And so I think going forward, as we continue making dungeons, you can see a lot more community members, wizards, and stories, and even just Easter eggs to just community lore that people recognize. So excited for that, one step at a time, and we'll expand the Runiverse to be just what the cult wants.
Amazing. So until then, we can look forward to seeing you walk around as your avatar, like in this video here. But maybe one day we get a Magus Devon shop or dungeon. We'll have to see. I can't help but notice this parallel between the theme of interconnectedness in Magus Devon's story and this kind of hive mind collaborative creativity in the Forgotten Runes Wizards cult itself. Am I on the right track when I say that's exactly what drew you to this community?
Oh, absolutely. I think once I saw the characters and I recognized that they're all creative primitives and that the concept that you can write lore for all of them, I think that it really spoke out to me. So I saw Magus Devon, and she immediately I felt like I had lore that I needed to write for her. And so I guess you can say that in a sense, I kind of incorporated that into the core of her character. Even though she goes on her own adventures exploring other rounds of her magic mushrooms, she always comes back into her humble shop and she's thirsty to learn about the tales of others who visit. And so, in a way, I feel like that really embodies what I love about Forgotten Ruins. That even though we're all creating our stories in parallel, sometimes they intersect with one another. At the end of the day, we're all just building in one unified vision of the Forgotten Runiverse.
Well, I think that's a beautiful note to end on. Thanks for being my first summon, Mado.
Absolutely, we have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure I'll see you in like a few minutes on Discord or something, but I guess bye for now.
Yeah, see you there. Bye!